I don't have my glasses on, so I can't actually tell if I'm in focus. Let's hope I'm in focus. Hi, my name is Claire, and I sound like I have a cold, don't I? I'm a normal person, I'm not a beauty guru, and I never had a sister growing up to show me how to use makeup. My mother hated makeup, didn't have the sister, YouTube wasn't a thing when I was a teenager, so I never really learned like how to do makeup. I taught myself basically by making all the mistakes in the world. Lately, I've gotten really into watching videos from beauty gurus, really deep into the beauty community, all the tea. Yes, it's hot. As a result, I've noticed that they use a lot of techniques I had never heard of before. They seem to know a little bit more than I do about makeup, so I figured that for a week I would try to use the beauty gurus' everyday makeup routines every day. I really got into watching everyday makeup tutorials, but what struck me about them was that there seemed to be an awful lot of makeup in all of the everyday makeup tutorials, and techniques that I definitely don't use every day, some of which I'd never heard of before. So I decided that for 1 week, every single day I would watch a different YouTuber's everyday makeup tutorial, and I would do that look on my face. So here's how that week went. To start this week off, I actually had to go and buy makeup. So there was a number of things, having watched the everyday makeup tutorials, that I knew that I would need that I didn't own or use. Key among those things being primer, beauty blenders. So many of them use beauty blenders. Went in for a beauty blender, spent €60, came out with a jacket. Day one of this week-long experiment was a control day. Day one was me just wearing my everyday makeup. I'm gonna make this today the first day of this challenge because I was in work today with makeup on. Now, this wasn't a YouTuber like everyday makeup look, it was like a my everyday makeup look with eyeshadow. I actually got quite a lot of compliments on it. Someone was like, there's something different about you, I can't figure it out. You look great. And I was like, thanks. I put makeup on for like the first time in about 4 months. There's a lot of sort of bits in my job where you have to see yourself on screen, and I was actually loving it. Like, I was staring at myself on screen and I was like much smilier because I was like, look how good I look. So yeah, there might be something to be said for this makeup shit. How do I look?
Glittery.
Can you be more specific?
No.
Alex, will you just compliment me on how I look? Thank you very much.
You look great, princess. A compliment asked for is a compliment gained, am I right? You look great, princess.
You're fucking useless. So day 2 of this challenge was my very first YouTuber everyday makeup look. And for some godforsaken reason, I decided to go with James Charles.
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel.
I had never watched James Charles before. This is my first video watching of James Charles. Totally addicted to his videos now. Couldn't be more subscribed. But for this everyday makeup look, there was a couple of things that I noticed. First of all, James Charles uses an awful lot of concealer. This is also something I noticed. A lot of the American beauty gurus, maybe it's not an American thing, maybe it's a beauty guru thing, but they put their concealer on after their foundation. Are you supposed to put your concealer on after your foundation? Like under your eyes, like? Why did nobody tell me that? I'm 30 years old. Have I been doing it wrong this whole time? See, if I'd had a sister, this is why you should have 2 kids. My mother did have 2 kids. This is why you should have 2 female kids. Another thing I noticed about James Charles is that he talks very fast.
I'm next going to grab my MAC Studio Fix foundation powder and my Morphe E48 and put that in the same place as I put my concealer.
I am one of those wankers that like to watch things on YouTube at 2 times the speed. You can't do that with James Charles. You're watching at normal speed. James did a lot of things in this particular video that he obviously assumed the viewer knew. Having watched a load more of his videos now, I understand that like he does these things repeatedly, so that is why he expects you to know. But when this was my first video of James Charles, I hadn't a fucking clue what bacon was. Not a clue. Also, putting powder over your under eye concealer. That was another one that I was like, was I supposed to be doing this the whole time? That's also baking. Before you, I know it. Wait. Yes. Yes? We're on day 2. I haven't got my face on yet. I'm not really looking forward to putting it on. But I'm looking forward to having it on. I didn't have time this day to bake my powder. I feel like that's not an everyday move, James. Eyeliner seemed an awful lot for an everyday makeup look. I put it on, but I really did not enjoy wearing liquid eyeliner with a flick in an everyday makeup look. I don't feel as good today now. I feel like kind of like someone is wearing an awful lot of makeup. There was no way in holy hell I was wearing fake eyelashes to work. Fake eyelashes to work? Are you serious? Not a fucking chance. And a number of these everyday makeup tutorials had fake eyelashes, and rest assured I did not wear them one day. Not one. I also did not add fake freckles. First of all, I have enough of my own, and second of all, are you having a laugh? Realistically, I have enough real freckles there, so I think we're good. Can you imagine if I went into work with fake freckles on? Oh my god, I'd be laughed out of the place. I finished this look with setting spray, which was something I had literally never used before. And it has changed my life. As has the spray primer. I got a spray primer from Primark. The spray primer is just so refreshing. And the setting spray really cooled me down after a long, hot, sweaty makeup application session, which I found quite stressful. And I will never go back to not using both of those. Never. Quick recap. My makeup is pretty good. It's still on my face. It hasn't like lumped under my eyes the way it would normally when I do it. I kind of felt like very clowny today. I felt like I was wearing an awful lot of makeup. And interesting, and this is totally specific to me, but I have an eye twitch, just nerve damage from main sport. And it was so much worse today with all the makeup on. Maybe I just noticed it more, but like I felt like it was twitching all fucking day. So like this patch in my head has just been itchy all day. Just this one patch here. The third day of this challenge was a YouTuber called Jess Conte. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I came across Jess just by Googling everyday makeup tutorial. I had never seen Jess before, never watched any of her videos. But one thing I noticed about Jess was that she started this makeup tutorial with makeup on. And then she put another layer of makeup over the makeup. Like, I'm no dermatologist. I thought that was really gross. I didn't get anything that I wanted to continue with from this day and this tutorial. It felt like not an everyday makeup look. It felt like, you know, a very basic, boring night out. Literally the night out makeup that I do most of the time because I'm terrible at makeup. So it's like brown eyeshadow and lots of mascara. Well done. Didn't enjoy this video, didn't find it entertaining, didn't find it educational, and felt like I had loads of makeup on the whole day, which I had also felt for James Charles, but I don't know, at least watching his videos a bit of crack. For James Charles and Jess Conte, I was really happy to take the makeup off at the end of the day. I was like, oh, get it off. The fourth day of this challenge was Zoella.
Hello everybody!
I had never really watched Zoella. Like, I'm very aware of her. I'm very aware of how popular she was. She still is quite popular, but she owned the internet at one point. When I watched this makeup tutorial, I kind of actually understood why Zoella was so popular. A lot of the other beauty gurus, James Charles for example, were doing real high level shit like baking and all this other stuff, and it's like, you really know what you're doing, like holy shit. Whereas Zoella, she calls them looks, not tutorials.
I'm not going to say tutorial because as we all know, all I do is put my makeup on and ramble away to camera.
You know, she just puts her makeup on and lets you watch, kind of talks you through it. It's like you're sitting down doing your makeup with a friend. like getting ready to go out. It was much more accessible as a tutorial. She was using products that were much more accessible to me as well. She was using like Rimmel foundation.
So the foundation I have been using and absolutely loving at the moment is the Rimmel Lasting Finish.
Products from chemists that I have access to and that I use. Zoella has done a number of makeup looks that could arguably be called everyday makeup looks, but she has titled them things like winter makeup look. So the video that I ended up picking was actually called My Everyday Makeup Routine. Again, not using the word tutorial, not using, you know, the word, any kind of words that imply she's showing you, she's just kind of letting you into her world. In this particular video, she does an eye shadow look, I guess, that is fairly heavy in my opinion for every day. In the video though, she does say it's like a phase, she's, you know, she's really enjoying this look right now. Yeah, so that wasn't 100% for me, that heavy like 2 or 3 shades of eyeshadow. Like, I'm not here for it, sorry, not for an everyday. However, she didn't put eyeliner on, so that lack of eyeliner made the whole look feel a bit lighter, feel like I was wearing a little bit less makeup despite the amount of eyeshadow being more than I would have liked. I am so hot and sweaty, oh my gosh. I know the best is over and the worst is yet to come. Is it enough? Zoella's everyday makeup routine was much closer to mine, except she also did concealer second. Which, again, I didn't know we were all doing this. Interestingly enough, Zoella did not use any beauty blenders. But that might have been because the particular video that I chose was 2 years old. So maybe that was before beauty blenders were like in vogue or whatever. The 5th day of this challenge was SineadyCady, the makeup chair on YouTube. Quick disclaimer here. The makeup chair is an Irish beauty guru and therefore I'm biased because I love her. However, my personal bias aside, she genuinely was the most helpful tutorial / routine, whatever, video of the whole week. First of all, it's the shortest. You actually have to pause it to give yourself time to catch up because she's like bombing through it, which I quite like. I get we all want to talk to Zoella or make our videos longer so we get more monetization. Hey, I really just wanted to get the makeup on my face, so I really liked how short it was. She used a toner, which I didn't use because I didn't buy one, so I just used my primer spray again and lived. She did her concealer first as well, which made me feel a lot better about the fact that I've been doing my concealer first, my under eye concealer, for 30 years. However, she put on her under eye concealer and then put on all her foundation, didn't rub it in, and then put all her foundation on and then rubbed it all in at the same time. I'm sorry, but I thought that was disgusting. I found her eyebrow tips very helpful because she was actually focusing on eyebrow tips from the perspective of somebody with glasses, and I recently got glasses because I just turned 30 and my eyes stopped working. So I really appreciated how to do your eyebrows for when you're wearing glasses, because I was looking real lopsided there for a bit. I liked her eye look as it was very simple, in my opinion. Actually an everyday look, the first actual everyday look of the week. The nose contour that she did made more sense to me in the way that she explained it than James Charles' nose contour had, but I still didn't do it. I had had enough after James Charles' nose contouring, so I skipped that part. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to contour my nose. And, you know, you can side me all you want to with my crooked nose. I just don't want, it's fine. I like it that way. It's fine. I don't understand what the point of contouring your nose is. Here's an important bit. I found SineadyCady's contouring technique to be the easiest to follow, best explained, and most effective for me. So this is actually something that I've completely taken into my makeup routine going forward. And in fact, I'm wearing today. Hell yeah. It was my absolute favourite result in all of the ways in which people explained how they contour, blah blah blah. It was my absolute favourite result and the simplest, in my opinion, the way SineadyCady explained it. Basically, the difference is she said you should put the dark brown stuff on, terminology, then the highlighter before the blush, and then you put the blush on like the apples of your cheeks. This seems like a really, really small thing, but it has changed everything. I love it. What I was doing was I was putting brown all down here and up here and like around here, and then I was putting blush like all up there on top of it, like a whole way up, and then I was like putting highlighter on top of that, and I wasn't getting the result that James Charles was getting or that Jeffree Star was getting, who I also went on a watching spree after this week. Yeah, my YouTube recommendations are all beauty gurus now. But I got this result from SineadyCady and I love it. It makes me so happy. I really, really think it looks good. Highlighter first, then blush. Changed my fucking life. So, to summarise, I've actually learned quite a lot. I still don't want to be wearing a lot of makeup every day. This makeup look that I'm wearing now, to me, is not every day. It is not quite like heavy night out either. But this is definitely what I'd wear if I was going to dinner, going out for a few quiet drinks. The only thing I would change then if I was going, you know, on a mad one or whatever, is I might throw in some eyeshadow. Do you know what I mean? Might go mental altogether. I did love SineadyCady's technique so much that I kept doing my makeup for 2 weeks after this challenge. So this worked out well for about 2 weeks, but then I started to wane off. I really, really liked how wearing the makeup made me feel. The first day that I wore any sort of makeup at all, the control day, that day I actually felt great. And a lot of people complimented me. They were like, something different about it, you can't quite put my finger on it. The second and third day I didn't feel great. I actually felt like I had way too much makeup on, and people noticed to be like, are you going somewhere? You know, it was too much, it was too much. The fourth day was Zoella, so that was actually fine. It was very similar to the first day in terms of amount of makeup. It was just a bit of a darker eye look, and there was no really, compliments or comments that day. I think by this point everyone was kind of used to me wearing makeup. By the last day, that was my absolute favourite look, and I tried to work that look into my actual makeup. I did continue to do this for 2 weeks, but then I began to drop off because it takes too long. It is actually an awful long time in the morning to spend doing your makeup. However, at anything that I'm going to where I'll be wearing makeup, I'll be doing SineadyCady's contouring technique from now on. This week has totally changed my makeup approach. First of all, I will never ever second SineadyCady's contouring technique. Girl, I will never do it another way. I will never ever put highlighter on after blush ever again. Fan brush, little bit damp with my highlighter. I will never stop doing it that way either. I love setting spray, keeping it in my makeup routine going forward. Beauty blenders was something I hadn't used before this, and I'm kind of here for them. All these sort of palettes are handy because they have everything you need in them. This brush is a game changer. Nobody recommended that I get this brush. It was just when I was in Primark, I bought it. And I've been using this end to do my contouring, and then I'll flip it around and use this for the blush and the apples of my cheeks. This is my new favourite brush. This is the fan brush I was talking about, the one that you make a little bit damp and you go like this. Changed my life. I used to use this brush to put my under eye concealer on, but this brush now can go fuck itself because I have a beauty blender. I actually learned way more about makeup than I ever thought I would. I mean, I didn't get an everyday makeup routine out of this challenge, so arguably I didn't achieve the aim of the the actual tutorials, but I have genuinely changed my entire makeup approach. I think I learned an awful lot, and I kind of wish I'd known all these tricks a couple of years ago when I was a bit younger and a bit better looking. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this, and subscribe and press the notification bell, because that lets you know when my next video is out, because God knows I have no idea in advance. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.